I usually go jogging in the nearby area of my home location, but for that week, I couldn't manage to get some time for it. So I thought to jog for a little more than usual that day. It was a Sunday evening when I was returning back from jogging with some groceries, heading towards my home in the suburbs of California with no more buildings in the vicinity. As it started getting darker, I could hear some odd sounds as there's someone following me. I moved faster and faster. The sound of air whistling was touching my ears. The rainstorm was about to hit the ground. The sound of thunder and lightning made my heart pound even faster. As soon as I crossed the road toward my home, I heard some hissing sound. I kept on walking and suddenly, I stepped on something. I looked down to find a dead squirrel. The sounds were frequent and increasing. I was sweating, and a wave of fear started making rounds in my body. The heavy wind had fallen along with drizzling as it is going to rain soon. It had turned pitch black and the rain had started falling. As I reached home, I found that the electricity was already gone. I locked the house and called my parents, but there was no reply from them. I went on looking them door to door in the house. They were nowhere to be found. I grabbed my phone to turn on the flashlight and went upstairs to my room. But the treating sound was echoing in my ears as there is still someone following me inside my house. The building was totally black. I was totally bewildered, and my heart was falling down to my stomach. I rushed to my room. As I moved towards my room, the curtains were flying in the air. I pointed the light at my room and curtains, and everything seemed to be fine there and in position. I relaxed and thought I might just be anxious or exhausted. So as far as I can remember, I left my room door closed and went to the kitchen to get some coffee. I still could hear some sounds but did not bother much to concentrate on it. When I came to my room, the door was open. Once again, I didn't pay attention to it and entered the room. I shut the door and sat on the sofa for a while, just enjoying my coffee. It was heavily raining now, and I noticed the shadow of some figure standing at my window caused by the lightning. I was horrified and started panicking. Suddenly, I heard someone crying downstairs. It was probably from the basement. I almost fainted, but something inside me pushed me to explore what's happening down there. As I reached the basement door, the crying stopped, and I saw a dim light coming from underneath the door. I went down on my knees and wanted to take a glance at what's inside before getting in there. The lights were gone as soon as I got down to the door, so it was pitch black. I couldn't see anything. I started staring more and more, and suddenly, I saw eyes staring back at me deadly. As I flinched back, my head hit the wall. The basement door started making sounds like someone was trying to open it, but couldn't for some reason. I ran upstairs and I tried to call my parents or the police for help, but the network was bad because of the storm. I heard the basement door opening, and the phone fell out my hand. I wanted to scream for help, but instead, I grabbed my phone and hid inside my closet. I could hear the wood floor squeaking from the footsteps of who knows. I placed both hands on my mouth. I felt that the sound of my breathing was too loud. I may get caught. A few minutes later, all sounds stopped. Electricity was back and the rain stopped somehow. Someone knocked at the front door, which startled me. I said maybe it's my parents and they came back home. However, I had no choice but to leave the closet and go check who's at the door. I opened the closet slowly and sprinted towards the front door without looking behind me and unlocked the door to find my parents. They came inside, I hugged them tightly and told them the whole incident. They started laughing and making fun of my story and assumed that maybe because I was home alone. They told me that they keep going down to the basement and they had never experienced such a thing, so it was probably my mind playing games on me. I got mad and went to my room and slept. Honestly, since that day, nothing happened again, which made me think, did it really happen? But since that night, I always had nightmares about it, and I would never stay home alone again.